How's it going, folks? Hey, it's Sunday, February 2nd today, and this is from this morning. So, got up there, of course. I was really anxious to see the Immelman and how it looked complete, and it did not disappoint. Quite honestly, seeing this from the ground might even be more astonishing than seeing it from the air, because I kind of think the drone kind of makes it look smaller than it really is. Regardless, though, the Immelman is complete, of course. Saw a little issue, though, here in a second. We'll get into. Maybe it's an issue, maybe it's not an issue, who knows. But it was something that kind of caught my eye. So I figured it was worthy of noting at least. But as you can see here, though, coming out of the Immelman into the vertical loop, 179-foot vertical loop. It's going to be huge. Looks like it's a good chunk is already completed on the far side of it here. And then, as kind of expected, they'll probably build both halves of it and then put the top on it. Maybe you can see the problem there at the bottom, but we'll come back to that here in a second. Obviously, the station now has the start of a roof, basically, which I would imagine they'd want to get that roof completed pretty quickly so they could get the concrete completed on the shelf there. They probably got a lot of conduit to run before they do concrete, I would imagine. But it's interesting the order they have to do things. So, yeah, you can see that one footer we were watching for a while. It is finally complete. So, our favorite footer. I thought it was interesting right there, and I hung out in the shot for a second there because there's a lot of that yellow tape up there to keep people from driving through that area and some stakes. And it's like, what is in that area that would be that important for them not to drive? Maybe it was just super muddy or something. But regardless, it was all cordoned off right there. In the station up there at the top, you can see, though, that they have no concrete poured anywhere on the second floor yet. So that's kind of an interesting thing, to me at least. I was wondering, is that a... got to do conduit first, maybe, for electrical. So the order's very interesting how they have to manage it. But here on the left, you're going to see the issue I was kind of hinting to in the cover. I don't know about y'all, but I don't think that's going to clear that piece of concrete right there. You're coming out of the loop. These cars are 8 people wide. So it's, it's got to be at least 8 foot wide. So it's got to hang over a couple feet on each side, I would think. This track is 6.5 feet wide. And it looks like it's just cutting it too close right there to me. So it's going to be interesting to see if maybe it's just an optical illusion from here. I mean, I can't imagine them screwing something up. They check this concrete to the millimeter before they pour it, and it's all done by GPS coordinates. So they know exactly the height and dimensions and everywhere where the corners have to be. We'll take a look at that in a second here. But that's the foundation or the base, I should say, for the foundation for the restaurant was in place there. Had to build a new bridge right here, it looks like, to get to the station and the maintenance shed. You can see some muddy areas there in the middle where they had to actually put some plywood down, it looks like. But there's the Immelman. Also, you can see that the road has been torn up, and the road to Six Flags there at the very top. We'll take another look at that in a minute, but it's really cool that they're taking out all that old they took out all the old asphalt. I assume they're going to pour new concrete in there. But yeah, there's another look at that one piece of concrete that looks way too close to the outside of the loop. Is that maybe why they hadn't put the support in there yet? It's going to be interesting. But here's a good look at the Immelman heading into the loop. Kind of hung out on a lot of things today since I trying to see what was different and what had changed in the last couple of weeks. Didn't look like they had any ice issues lingering at this point. A lot of muddy site tracks and things through the site, but to be expected after the ice we had last weekend. Here you see most of the foundations, though, are poured, so I don't see any lagging foundations, at least. There's the bottom of the drop from the block break. Good look at the 95-degree drop right there. Probably could have edited this down, but since I was going to do another video today, I was trying to get this out quicker than being really particular about all the clips I cut and what I did, and I just kind of threw it out there. Circling back around to this side, yeah, you can see the restaurant area, all that nice clean dirt they put in there. And then you see also at the bottom down there the 4 supports for the second Immelman of the 3 Immelmans. Zooming in here, though, you see more station work. I was going to mention also the stonework they were doing there on that left-hand side. They got a tower set up to do all the stonework there. Kind of zoom in to see all the cinder block. I assume that is cinder block. It appears to be. No concrete in there anywhere yet either. So a lot of concrete work still has to be done. And you see that one piece right there in the center of the screen. It doesn't have a support yet, but man, it is awful close to that track. And then the train will be leaning that way into the right. So it's like as it's coming through there, I'm like, maybe that's too close. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Something to watch though. I do have like how you're not totally vertical, like coming out of the loop too. For some reason, that makes the loop a little less stressful, in my opinion. Anyway, yeah. So just hanging out here for a second as I'm determining what I was going to look at and fly to next. I probably could have shortened this video some, but some people said they didn't care, so hey, let's just take a look real slow and look around and see what's going on, right? Boy, it's gorgeous. And it's honestly, it looks so small from here, but when you're driving up to the park and you're next to it, oh my God, it is huge. It just towers over everything. I really think these drone shots don't do it justice. But there you see the bottom of the block break drop. It's also interesting starting to look at the train too, where the train's going to go. Here's the road. I wanted to take a look at the road. They've taken out most of the road, it looks like, in preparation for the new. What are they going to do? Is it going to be asphalt or is it going to be actual concrete? I would imagine they would do concrete, but it'll last a lot longer. Anyway, let's see here. I think the train, I think that was one of the reasons they made the brake run so long coming into the station, is that they wanted to give the train somewhere to go. Because I was thinking they could have like done another little bunny hop or something right there. But that would have probably taken up the room where the train's got to go. So you see the track at the bottom there, and I see it going straight up through there and then to the right, under the lift hill as well, under the brake run, under the lift hill, and then to the right. I think that's where they had it on the animation. So, but yeah, you're looking at the pieces at the top of the Immelman there. It's like 4 or 5 pieces of track that have no supports or anything on it. So, pretty crazy. Not a lot to say that hasn't been said at this point, but I think it's looking really cool. As far as timing goes, though, I know the Six Flags is supposed to have some announcement tomorrow, probably the opening day, I would imagine. But at this point, I'm like, I don't see it before May. I mean, you got a lot of... Yeah, okay, they'll have the loop done this week, I imagine. Granted, that's not a mistake, but I'll come back to that thought in here in a second. Looking at the staging yard, though, most of the pieces are gone. Good 2/3 of it. They've moved most of the pieces over. I bet they're trying to just get everything out of the staging yard. It makes me wonder if they're renting that space from whoever owns the staging yard, and they only have they have to get everything out before end of February or something like that. But here's some guys down here. They were moving some of the supports, moving them over closer to the where they're going to be needed. They had a very unique way of moving those supports, by the way. Here you see it in kind of fast. I think it's 3x speed, but it was fun watching them move a few of those. It's not every day that I was sitting there and I look up and, hey, there's a piece of roller coaster support going down the road. They had the pickup there to block the road. It's probably fun driving backwards too. But not a big deal. I know it's swinging a lot, but it's kind of funny. Maybe just drive it up there and set it right down next to the rest of them. Yeah, but back to the other thought a minute ago about the timeline for opening. I could see the steel being done, pretty quickly here. Probably the month of February. But then you could have, a lot more electrical. There's a lot of more concrete station work. You got all the different potentials for things that could go wrong. You don't have the maintenance shed built yet. Yeah, so probably end of February, I could see the steel work being done. You got the restaurant that hasn't even broke ground yet, and it'll take it 2 or 3 months to build a restaurant. Yeah, so I would think May 1st would be my guess. But you never know. I mean, they can't even start electrical work on a block break yet because they don't have a block break in place. They have to do hydraulic lines and electrical lines. There's a lot of conduit that has to be ran for all those things. People don't appreciate the amount of work that goes into it, but it's pretty crazy. The coordination and making sure you got things lined up when people are going to come out. Cool shot. That thing's huge. Just can't get over it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see soon enough how that goes. The piece of concrete at the bottom of the loop coming out of the loop, and if they have to do anything from this angle, it looks like it might be okay. I just don't know if it's above it or not. It didn't look like it was very above it. It's really, really close. It's also going to be interesting to see what they do. I know they're supposed to be building a new fountain. I didn't see any work on the fountain today, but concrete work looks good though. Coming into the park. This is a signature coaster right on the corner. Everyone's got to walk around it to get in. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, so this is obviously the signature coaster of Six Flags over Texas, and you're going to see this from all over. When I'm driving to the park, I'm coming down 360, and you look over and you can see this. There's a certain shot, a certain spot of the highway. You'll see the tower underneath this when it just lines up perfectly, and it just shows you how really big it really is, and it's something to see in person for sure. Anyway. Here, it's a really cool kind of flyover shot that I tried to get here. You can kind of see where the loop's going to go, and this is really something special. I think it's going to be a unique coaster. It's not just a regular 309 foot, giga coaster. It's a giga coaster with loops and inversions, and it's going to be pretty unique. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing runs. I'm still of the thought that it will be glass smooth and quite a bit of fun. So here's your fly around for the end of the week. You see the station coming along, and I guess we'll call it for this week, and we'll talk to y'all soon. And let's cue the outro music. Have a good one.